I want to talk a little bit about rehabbing these door panels and specifically the armrest and taking the old door panels off. So the first thing you do when you take the door panels off, by the way, the reason I'm mentioning this is a lot of, there's plenty of videos out there on removing these door panels, but I've not seen one clarify that before you can just take the door panel off, they'll unscrew this screw that goes down through the armrest, through this hole. And some of them may or may not mention this hole right here, which is on the tab of this armrest. It fits right there. And they'll unscrew the screw down in here and just try to take it off and end up breaking that tab. Now, this is the aftermarket armrest. The original armrest came with a metal tab, which is a little stronger, although as I say that, mine broke. But to get that armrest off, the other thing I've never heard mentioned is there are 10 of these clips that go into the panel and then push in the 10 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. While we're talking about clips, I'll mention that these original style clips may or may not be available. I'm not sure what the part number was. I've seen a couple of different ones, but these aftermarket clips work fine, but they are about 1/8 of an inch longer. But I went through and tested, and they will fit in all of the holes. The extra length doesn't matter. So be sure that you have to pull this panel off, this escutcheon around the locks and the door handle. These are metal clips, and so they're pretty sturdy. Don't worry about it, and it's pretty easy. There's 1, 2, 3 across the top, 1 at the bottom, and 1 on the side. Pry those out. First thing you do is you unscrew this screw, in addition to this screw down through the armrest. And then, when those screws are out, you can go around with a trim tool or just something thin and pry off the door panel all the way around. Okay. I also want to mention these small pieces of styrofoam. There are 3 of them. They come loose over the years. I have 1 here. I have 2 others on the door panel we'll see shortly. But I would do your best to make sure that those get reinstalled. I'm sure they're there for spacing as well as maybe quiet and the integrity of the panel. These are the old and new door panels. So it's the older door panel and the newer one. I'm going to mention a couple of differences or a couple of things to notice. I don't know why, but for some reason, these new door panels do not have the hole drilled in through the armrest here like the older one. And you're going to have to drill that out and make your own hole. Also, the tabs are plastic instead of metal. Now, it does look like maybe some of mine's a 92, maybe some of the later C1500s and Silverados came with plastic as a OEM. Other thing I want to point out on these is there are 4 tabs here. Often these longer ones are broken off or overlooked for some reason, but your original armrest had 4 tabs that went through the door panel to be held on there, here, and here. As a matter of fact, you can see mine here. These are the longer ones that went up here. And they were held on by these push nuts. I wasn't sure of the size or the part number. I looked through some different parts diagrams, but couldn't come to a decision. I ended up buying some of these star nuts. Bought this on Amazon. Not quite the same size, but I went through all these different sizes and determined that the 14 millimeter was going to be the best size to use by testing it on these busted pins. We'll see if that holds true. So let's look at the door panel. You can see how the clips go in these different holes, which is fine. And there's one of those styrofoam pieces. I've got another loose piece of styrofoam. From looking at it closely, you can see one piece goes there and one piece goes here. So I may want to glue those on some way. Looks like these were made by Findlay Industries. You probably can't read that upside down. Manufactured January 7th, 1992. Now I want to show you some of the damage that happened. So right here is where one of the pins goes through from the armrest and is secured by the push nut. There's another one right here. It's a little enlarged. And then in here is where the long pins that I mentioned often get overlooked are at, down here. So I'm going to push 4 push nuts over those. I'm a little worried when I put a push nut on these that there won't be enough clearance here, but I'll just bend it or do something to deal with that. One repair I'm going to try to make is that this is ripped right here. So you see these blue tabs that come through, and that was to secure the plastic on the other side. But over time, and as the door armrest got looser and looser and pulled on, these came out, and what you end up with is a tear in the material right here. So I'm going to fix that with some of the Gorilla tape. It's permanent tape with a butyl adhesive, and it doesn't come undone. I'm also going to put some, as we'll see, and kind of put them around these holes and use it as washers. We'll see how that goes. So this is a Gorilla tape I bought, permanent Gorilla tape, all weather. I'm going to fix this tear here, or at least put some on there. This material is almost like a OSB or some sort of fiber board press material. I guess sturdy in some dimensions, but they can tear out easily. So I'm going to take that tape, put it over these 4 holes where the pins go through in hopes of just reinforcing it if the armrest is pulled too hard or for some other reason. And since I have extra, I think I'll take some of the tape and I'll just put it across these other plastic tabs that come through the cardboard, other than here by this vent. I don't think I'll do that, but certainly here where I'm making the major repair in there, and see if that helps. I don't think it'll hurt. I put my first piece on, and now I'm going to roll it, try to get the air bubbles out. A little rolling across the top as well. So I'm going to be fixing this crack, but also putting a piece of the tape over the hole, which hopefully will reinforce it some. And I'm going to have to use both hands and don't have a separate cameraman, so I'll shut this off and show you what happens. But basically, I'm just going to lay the tape across there and push it down hard and put another strip next to it over here.